We're back with another fun video. 3 horror stories animated. Yay. Welcome everyone to Dark Corners. I'm your host Dark, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications. We're going for 5,000 likes on this video, and while you're at it, follow me on Instagram. Before we start with the first story, I have a question. What's the scariest thing that's ever happened to you while you were home alone? Post it down below in the comment section. We're gonna start off with the true Home Alone horror story.
I'm 30 years old, and this story took place when I was 13.
13.
My
So that's
mother was
like
a single
10
mom,
years ago.
and she had to work 2 jobs. She worked at a grocery store in the morning
In
and
the
a
morning?
bar at night.
Hey, you know.
So I was home alone a lot, but it was okay because I was used to it.
The voice doesn't really match the character here. Do you guys agree? I don't think this voice is coming from this little girl.
One night, I was watching TV while eating ice cream, and
Responsible.
someone knocked at the front door. I opened the door, and it was a man standing there with his hands in his pockets.
What?
I said, "Hello?"
What's poppin'?
He replied, "Hello, young lady. Are your parents home?" Stupidly, I said, "No.
Ah!
My mom isn't home right
Why
now.
would you do
have
that?
to come back tomorrow."
Why would you do that?
He then said with a surprised smile on his face, "Oh, you're all alone, huh?" I said, yeah, I am."
Oh my
He
god.
replied with, "Okay, young lady. Have a nice night.
Why would you
Don't
say
get me in
that?
trouble." He then walked away and I closed the door. He seemed friendly, but also weird at the same time.
Oh, yikes.
He was a little funny looking though. He was balding and had 70s styles glasses on.
What's wrong with being bald?
About 10 minutes passed, and there was another knock at the door.
He looks like an anime character. Am I
got up and answered.
right?
But before I opened the door, something told me to put the chain on. I don't know why, but my gut told me to do that. It was strange because we really didn't use the chain. But I'm glad I did because as soon as I opened the door, it was pushed open,
Oh my god.
but abruptly stopped by the chain. Before I could even say or do anything, I looked through the crack of the door to see the same man again.
What's he trying to do?
And he said in a startled voice, Oh, hey there. I just wanted to make sure you were okay."
Boy, I wasn't trying to kill you, little girl. I was just trying to test you out. Hey, what would y'all do if this actually happened to you? Let me know down below in the comment section. And hey, don't forget to leave a like while you're at it.
I said, "I'm fine, thanks." And I shut the door. At that time,
Was that
I didn't
it?
really understand the situation or the dangers of what just happened. But still, I was a bit freaked out
A little
and
bit?
wanted my mom to come home soon. An hour went by, and I was still thinking
Is he
about
gonna
what
come back?
happened, so I started to watch a movie.
Why does nobody ever call 911? 911. Hey, some crazy guy just tried to come into my house. This is my address. Can you send some cops, please? Thank you very much. Look, I'm safe now. No, I'm just gonna turn the TV up. Like, that's gonna help. Are you stupid? Are kids just stupid these days?
Trying to keep my mind occupied when I heard,
It's free real estate.
this was the scariest situation I've ever been in my life. It was the man once again. He was talking through the letterbox. I shouted, "Leave me alone."
Stick a
The
knife in his
letterbox
eyes.
closed.
Don't try
And the
that.
man started banging on the front door, screaming, "Let me in, you little while slamming the front door handle up and down, trying to get in.
Nobody's
I
hearing
just
this?
stood back crying, praying he doesn't get in. He
911?
eventually gave up and left. My
911?
mom came home about 30 minutes later, just to find me crying. And I
911?
told her everything that happened.
You know, the guy could have killed your mom, right?
We told the police, but they never found this guy. I look back, and I think how grateful I am that I had the feeling to put the chain on the door.
So they never found him. He could be roaming around. He could be your neighbor, your teacher. He could be right behind you. I'm just kidding. He's not right behind you guys. You don't have to be scared. Did I scare you? Oops. Time for the second story called My Grandmother Haunting Me.
One day I was showering. My sister came into the bathroom and said, "Don't open the curtains." She said that her friend was going to use the bathroom because she couldn't hold it any longer.
You shower without locking the door? Suspect.
I knew someone was there because I heard noises. Then I heard the door close, so I came out of the bathroom. I asked my sister which one of her friends came, and she answered, "No one came over. What are you talking about?" I got chills and I started to freak out. About 2 months later, I was sleeping in my parents' room with my mom and dad because I was scared to sleep alone in my own room.
That
I
don't
woke
make
up
sense.
in the middle of the night. I sat down on the bed and then I saw something truly horrifying. I saw a lady in all white standing near the bedroom door, just watching me. I screamed and my parents woke up. They asked me what happened, and I pointed at the lady that scared me.
You know what my parents would have been like if I did that? They'd be like, "What's wrong with you? We're trying to sleep here." I'm just kidding. That was a joke. Mom, I was just kidding!
They asked me what I was talking about because there was no one there. I pointed toward its direction and said that there's a lady right there.
You still seeing her?
My dad got up to turn on the lights. He walked right through the lady. As soon as he turned on the lights, the lady disappeared. We moved about 3 months later.
What?
When we were unpacking, I saw a picture of a lady.
It's his grandmother!
She looked familiar. When I remembered where I saw her, I got chills. It was the lady I saw when I woke up in the middle of the night. I asked my dad who was the lady in the picture. He told me she was my grandma.
Wait, it's his grandmother. His grandmother is probably a nice lady. She ain't trying to scare him. She's trying to protect him. She can't help it that she looks creepy. It's because she's dead. You could look like a monster that's been dead for 50 years, but as long as you got a heart, which you don't because you're dead. Time for the final story. The true WhatsApp conversation horror story. Oh, hey guys, I have noticed when we are working the night shift and when two concierges are put together during the weekends, we have nothing to talk about. Well, the night shift is long and to be honest, there isn't much to talk about. Problem, I don't know how to pronounce concierge? I'm gonna say kansi from now on. I always feel paranoid that I am a boring person and I get really tired much quicker if we have nothing to talk about. What? I listen to music and watch films as a distraction and to keep my mind occupied throughout the night shift. I understand, but I'm the sort of person who needs a good conversation to keep myself awake. Well, there isn't much to talk about for a whole night shift when two kansis are working together during the fun weekends. We won't be in the mood for talking, you know? I have a talent for causing conversations. Steve is thinking too highly of himself. That sounds like a great talent. No, serious, I can cause conversations to happen. Well, all the night shifts I have worked with you up to now are proof that you are not. Or unless you were trying to talk to us through your mind. I can do that. No, seriously guys, I can cause conversations which will last the night shift. And not just for me, but for other kansis working together during the night shift as well. What the frick is this conversation about? It don't make sense. Steve, you're being really wacky right now. What are you guys even talking about? I just watched Netflix, but I heard the managers telling off some of the other kansis for watching something on the computer throughout the whole night shift. Frick that, I cannot manage a whole night shift without entertainment. Oh my god, Robbie, why do you gotta swear? Now my editor gotta edit this out, and I know he tends to forget this stuff. You better not forget this stuff, I'm gonna clap you. Couple of days later, it is the weekend and David and Robbie are working together in the residential building during the weekends. They are both working the Friday night shift from 10 PM to 9 AM. Holy crap guys, a tenant has been murdered. I told y'all. What the frick? Which tenant? Whoa, never expect things like this to happen. Yeah, the tenant's family came to the building completely sick and worried for the male tenant. He lived in apartment 34. Our whole night shift has been dealing with the police and the ambulance as well as the grieving family members. Even the managers came down and just now at 4 AM we have had a moment to ourselves, but we cannot stop talking about it. I told you I am good at causing conversations. What the frick, Steve? That isn't funny at all. I told y'all. Steve, that is not funny, and joking about someone who has just been murdered is out of order. No, it's definitely not funny. And the male tenant in apartment 34 has been mutilated all over, and then his family member has gotten a strange text from the tenant's mobile. I told y'all, he's been killing people. Police will be questioning all of us because the concierge have keys to every apartment and that the deceased male had been murdered for a couple of days. I wasn't supposed to say anything about this, but one of the detectives secretly told me that the dead body had been most probably murdered around Thursday early morning. That's what the forensics say. Steve, weren't you working in the morning? See how the two concierges on the night shift have something to talk about now? And how their minds are occupied? Told you, Robbie, we don't need entertainment like Netflix. Steve, this is serious. We are all going to be questioned. David and Robbie are doing the Saturday night shift together from 10 p.m. to 9 a.m. I told y'all guys, he's gonna kill someone. I said it before I knew it. It was kinda obvious. He sounded kinda like a... Okay, so Dave and Robbie are doing the night shift together now. I'm wondering what's gonna happen. Is he gonna kill someone else? Me and David have been talking about the tenant in apartment 34. We both can't believe what has just happened. He was a top guy as well, and he was always had a smile on his face. He was never grumpy, unlike some other tenants who live in the building. It's 5 AM now, and that's all me and David had talked about. David's gone for a smoke now, Guys, I haven't been on the WhatsApp Consi group in ages, and on my morning shift I was questioned by the police, but all my alibis were confirmed. I couldn't believe what has happened to the tenant. He was such a nice man. I couldn't go to sleep all night thinking about it. Imagine doing a night shift alone now on the weekdays. It will be a bit more scarier knowing that there is a murderer on the loose. Me and David were also questioned by the police as soon as we both started our shift. We both are okay as well. I was questioned as well on the evening shift and my alibi checks is out. Is there anyone left who has been questioned? I think Steve, Nathan, Flora and a few others actually. I think they're only going to ask the concierge who were working on the particular building. Other buildings will be kept out. Calm down with the texting. I'm really confused right now. So Steve still has to be questioned, but he didn't work in that particular building? I don't get it. So when Nathan comes back, what? Nathan's gonna be doing a night shift all alone. I understand that. Okay. So Steve hasn't been questioned yet. What on earth are you on about? Have you been questioned yet? Dude, gotta stop saying stuff like that. When the police question you, what are you gonna say? I will just tell them that I am good at causing conversations. That's a bad alibi. I'll be back on the night shift on Sunday and I'm going to cause more conversations to go around everyone. Is he gonna kill someone else?
That Sunday, Steve was arrested, and when the police checked the CCTV, they clearly saw Steve going into the office and opening the master key cupboard room and taking a spare apartment 34 key and putting it in his cupboard. And then they saw Steve walking on the same floor where apartment 34 is based in. Then they saw Steve come back to the reception with his shirt a little bloody, and he wore a waistcoat to cover it up.
What?
When they took his fingerprints and DNA, they found that the deceased male was covered with Steve's fingerprints and DNA.
What? That doesn't mean anything.
All Steve could say was that he was trying to cause a conversation to happen.
He was just trying to help his co-workers out. I mean, okay, sure, he killed someone, he murdered someone, he mutilated his body, but I mean, like, we can criticize him about that, but give him some constructive feedback. No, Steve, you should not kill people to start conversations. You should watch a movie or read the news and start conversations about that. But he can learn from his past mistakes. So Steve, I still got hope for you. So that was the last animated horror story for today. I really hope you enjoyed this reaction video. It's been a while since I did one, but I just find it really hard to find stuff to react to. So if you guys have any tips what to search for, let me know down below in the comment section. And while you're down there, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and follow me on Instagram. Now go check out all my other videos. Dark, signing out.